Hi, my name is Mel and we're doing a bit of a Ubuntu or a former Linux demonstration here. So if I want to do a PWD, hopefully if I can recognise the window I'm in, PWD, print working directory, I'm in the down documents directory. So I do ls -al and you see I've got two files. So if I do cat test.txt, cat just means print, basically everything in the file, right? If it's a big file, you wouldn't do cat, you'd do head or tail, all right? And tell me how many lines. Okay, you can use nano. So if I nano stuff.txt, because that's a blank one. Okay, nano is creating a text file, or we can create any file really, and just say, Mary had a little lamb, for instance, right? I go Control X, save modified buffer, yes. Name stuff.txt, yes. Okay, now if I do an ls -al, those files will still be there, and stuff.txt has got something in it now. Okay, right, so there's those strings. Now if I want to change up a directory, I just go like that, cd double dot, cd space double dot, okay, or double full stop if you call it that. Okay, that chains one directory up. Right, now I was going to run ifconfig. Now I had a problem with that, and as you can see, this is my configuration. Okay, my Ethernet, my local, all right. But I had to do what's called a sudo, which is super user do, so be careful with that. Apt so sudo space apt will install, so sudo apt install net hyphen tools. All right, now it's already installed in my system, so I'm not going to install it again. Okay, but I can do sudo apt upgrade. You want to do that before you do anything. Okay, all right, so if you want to look, you can look at the app center here. This is from the terminal. All right, so ls -al, because now I'm just in my home directory. So if I do pwd, my home directory, all right, and you can see what's here. You can put stuff in the downloads, you can put stuff in documents and things like that. All right, but remember, if there's any applications you want to run, you need to do it through the terminal. So if you want to run certain things, okay, and if you want to have certain things, so you might, and we're going to just try this out, sudo apt install Python 3. Okay. All right, you can do all sorts of things here. I can do sudo apt install UFW. Now this is a firewall that's fairly basic, but you could do it, like I'll just show you. All right. You could do, you know, Metasploit. You can, I think it's got MSF console. That's for like, if you wanted to try doing things, it's not on there, so that's something you could install. Okay, through the apps here. Now, through this Ubuntu, I've got, you can go through Firefox, Thunderbird Mail, searches for apps. So, like, let's just see, featured, what do they have? All right, you might want this. I could say GUI. I want a GUI apps. I could do, okay, paint program, who cares? It doesn't matter. So just click on it, install, okay. Authenticate. Okay, alright. Now, if you want help with how to do something, you just type in man ls. So this is a manual, just gives it, man means manual. And it gives you all, and just press space bar to go down the screen. Okay. So go look at, these are all the things that you can do, as in they are options you can use with ls. Alright. I'm just going to quit because it goes on forever. But I can do man for cat, right? And it tells you concatenates files to standard output and print them on the standard output. So it basically gets whatever in your file onto the screen, okay? And these are some of the options you can use with that. Okay, quit out of there. I can just say manual head. Head, the output, the first, so you can say the out number of bytes, print the first however many lines, so the minus n, you could say minus n5, alright? And quit. And you say manual man ping, alright? And that again goes through interval, interface, preload, mark, timeout, number. You want to do, you know, all sorts of things here you want to do. Sends an ICMP echo request to network hosts. Okay, that's what ping does. Okay, options are -4, which does IPv4, -6, IPv6, audible ping, -A, allow pinging broadcast address. Okay, count, which is important, you know, because otherwise it won't stop. You can stop it, Control C, but you usually do a count of maybe 4 or 5. Call connect, okay, all sorts of things. So I'm going to go sudo apt install, let me see, what is it? I'm going to try what? Gianni. That's a product you can use to make code on your Linux machines. Alright, do you want to continue? Yes. Alright. Alright, and that's just installing Gianni. Okay, so sudo super user do, so be very careful. Now, other things you can do on here is create users and user groups, alright? So just for now, I'm just going to Control C out of that and cancel it. So I'll just do sudo user, oh, help if I type this in, user add, just say Fred. So I created Fred. I can go, and you can look up again in Copilot. List all users on Ubuntu. Alright. You can view, and it's telling you the method to list users, the /etc/password directly, so you can just cat that, and that will tell you all accounts. Extract, so that's cut. Okay. List human users. Who, or you could just go users. So we'll try just the users. So we'll go users. Okay, Ubuntu. That's awesome. Alright, now what are some of the other things it suggested? Okay, we'll try this one, cat ect password. Okay, so we'll do cat space /etc/pass wd, like that. All right, so you can look up how to do Ubuntu, Kali, any other Linux commands you need, and it will tell you usually how to do them pretty easily. And that's what it came up with. If that's any help to anyone, it's not really much help, is it? You can see Fred at the bottom. Okay, so Fred is there. All right, he's definitely a user now. If that helps you, you can go sudo group add. We could say, I don't know, human resources or something. Oh, okay, force. You might have to, and thing is, with it doesn't like space, you might have to do this, underline, right? But sometimes it's good just to, this is just a Ubuntu virtual machine I've got running on Oracle VirtualBox. Fairly easy to install, fairly easy to do. But the good thing is, play around, you're not actually damaging someone else's machine or even your own machine, because it's a virtual machine. Okay? And this is why I suggest you try things out in sort of like a sandbox situation and on like a VirtualBox first before you do anything. And you can go list groups in Ubuntu. You just do cat /ect group. I will just try doing groups like that. Okay, so we'll try doing cat /etc/groups. Saying no such file or directory as username groups or group. There you go. So just go like this, and human resources is there. Alright, so there you go, down the bottom. Make a user part of a group. Alright, so this is just real basic functionality, and I'm stepping you through this to show you what to do. Okay, so what it says is user mod. Okay, so this is how you use a modification. So if you want to do this, and you can do other things too, like it's showing you on the Copilot here. And like, honestly, any of this, Copilot, ChatGPT, Google will help you do this. I want you to show you how you can use like either Windows, PowerShell, Ubuntu, Microsoft, anything, by putting in like what you're trying to do, and it will give you like how to do it. All right, and this is important. And no one knows everything, so we'll follow what it says. So we'll do, failed to connect to internet. Okay, I don't really care because it's not what we're using. So we'll go sudo, all right, and then we just go user mod. Now hyphen, or the minus key, whatever you like, hyphen minus. Okay, now, like everything else, it's got things you can use here. A means append, little a, and capital G means group. Okay, so we just go little a and capital G, because it is very, as in case specific. All right, so you need to type in exact file names, exact directories, everything. Okay, it will not do it otherwise. It'll just come up with a big fail. All right, So we can say human underscore resources, all right, because that's the group, all right, and then username, and I'll go Fred, all right, and that should have added Fred to, I can go groups here, hopefully Fred. So Fred is in human resources. All right. Now, if you want to change the ownership of a file, okay, which you might want to do. So this is permissions. Okay, so you want to read, write directory, you read, write, execute, and all that. So when you do an ls, I'm just going to do normal else. I'll do an ls minus al. ls minus al. All right, so anything that's with a D is a directory, okay? Anything with a hyphen or a dash or a minus is a file. Now, obviously, you'd want to be very careful about mucking around with stuff you don't know. So we'll do cd, and I'll just go capital D, documents. So cd is change directory to documents. Let's see if that works. Yes, it does. So if I do an ls minus al, all right. Now I've got files here. So if I want to do, I want to say give Fred ownership of a file or something. Okay, say what it says here, this is what you do. So chown, C-H-O-W-N-E, sudo. So this is if you're not the owner or if root privileges are required. And that's pretty much everything, all right? So sudo, so I would here, okay, I've got two files. So we'd go sudo, C-H-O-N-E, change ownership, right? Fred. So that's a user to test.txt. So we'll change the ownership to him. All right. Awesome. And I can change directories doing the same things. Now, how do I change read, write, execute? So again, you could just go change, read, W and X, I think, and Ubuntu. Okay. chmod. So chmod. So you want to specify who? The user, the group, others, and all, and you want to either add, remove, or set. So if I wanted to change for the user, I would say chmod, then space u plus, say, read, file name, okay? Or if I want to do it for the group, I'd go chmod g, or if I want to do it for others, all right? So just so you can see what I mean by that, okay, we'll just go back here. I'm going to close this little app thing up here. It's not liking me. All right. Firefox. And you can do that. I'm not going to show you that because that's, you all know how to use the internet, hopefully. I can do that separately. Okay, so you could go sudo again, chmod. So I want to do what, okay? What am I wanting to do? Just say I want to add for the user, for Fred, okay? So I'll go u plus x, execute, right? file name. So in this case, it's just a test file, but it's not going to matter. So if it was like an application or some sort of executable or something like that, it doesn't matter. Okay? And you can take away rights. You can just say minus, so it'd be say G, minus the ability to write to it or others to write to it or whatever you can do. You can do that for directories as well. Okay? So this is how you do simple things. So as I said, cd just means change directory. You can give an absolute path name. And this is absolute. Right, I don't want to do it, but I will show you. That would be an absolute path name to say, like, to variables, var or var directory, or different things. Okay. And look, this is what I'm saying again and again. Please, 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 do this in a safe environment if you do not know what you're doing. So look, I have got Ubuntu, as I said, on VirtualBox. There's different ways and methods, okay? So please be careful. You can remove files. So I can rm stuff.txt. And so if I do an ls minus al, that will have gone. Ls space minus al. Now it's gone. It's not there. So if I want to move a file, I can move test.txt. Now that should work. So if I do an ls minus al, okay, so now I do a cd space ... that just goes up one directory, okay? So I do an ls minus al. My test file has moved there, so mv for move. Now I can do mkdir, make a directory. I just call this directory what? Mel. I'll call it anything, doesn't matter. Okay, ls minus al. Alright, it's created a directory called Mel. Alright, I can do all sorts of things. So, and again, you can just go man for move. Like, you want to know how to use it. Alright, you can back up. You can do all sorts of things. So just controls. I'll just go Q to quit. Okay. I can do rmdir. I'll just do mel again. That removes the directory. Okay? So these are common commands to get yourself around. So ping. Okay, so ping means talk to something, see if it's there. So this ping is a network connectivity thing, and some companies do not allow this because it can be used to scope out someone's network. And you do ping minus C, I do 4. Google usually don't mind. That's 8.8.8.8. And you can see it's pinging, alright? Now, obviously there's other commands like netstat 8.8.8.8. Now, I am not meaning any harm with this, but there are obviously things you can see there that are going to be issues if I was to do anything else. So again, be very, very careful. These are things that you should use with care, all right? And you can say, like, say you wanted to do, say, look, common commands Ubuntu, all right? ls, as I said, pwd, which I've shown you, cd, make directory, remove a file, remove a directory. You can do the -r to remove all its contents, copy files or directories, move something, cat a file, less, file, view a file with scrolling, edit a file in Nano Editor, Vim, Vim's an editor, head, tail, as you can see, who am I, ID, groups, change mod, change ownership, sudo, uname, show system information, show disk usage, df-h. These are all common commands that you can learn to use. I'm not going to go through every single one. I just want to show you some of the basic ones. ps-ox to list all the processes, top, sudo apt update, sudo apt upgrade, sudo apt install package. So we might try Vim and see if that's okay. We'll do sudo apt install Vim. Yes. So I just go type in Vim, and that should, oh, it does not like this. So what do we do if we get a problem? Run Vim on Ubuntu. Okay. Okay, so you can do Vim space hyphen version. So we'll try that. I'll do Control C. Oh, Vim hyphen version. Ooh, it's not liking it. We'll try installing it again. It's unable to fetch. Ooh. Unable to fetch. We can ping, so sudo apt update. We can do clean and retry. I can try there's different things you can try. We can try GNOME. We could try GNOME. Let's see, we'll try GNOME. GNOME's not bad. Let's try GNOME. Alright, this is a GUI. So again, you do sudo apt update. Okay. Spelling is not my. But see how I just used the. Okay, forget it. I'm just going to do the whole thing for him again. Sudo apt update. You can just use up arrow, but sometimes it's not worth it. Okay, so it's doing and updating all of its packages, and we'll do. We'll try GNOME and see if that works. See if we can get that to go. All right, now installing some packages on Ubuntu, as you can plainly see, is very time consuming. All right, so this is something, installing Ubuntu, or in fact anything, will take you time. Give yourself 4 to 6 hours honestly to install pretty much any like operating system. So Windows, Ubuntu, server software, that can be, you know, different server software, Mac software. It is all going to depend on what, but like like installing operating systems or installing virtual machines or upgrading them and getting them to do things does take time. And so you just have to, you might want to be, if, you know, like as I said, please put this in a virtual machine. Like Oracle VirtualBox is free. You can just go to Ubuntu, you can download the desktop version. Kali you can download for Oracle VirtualBox too, right? Just download it and you run it, all right? And so look, these are things you should be doing before you do anything on a real system. So like hopefully before you got to someone's real system, you've educated yourself enough on what to do here. But they do take time. And if you're going to do something to someone's system, you do it after hours. Make sure you've got express written, okay, information. Now, look, this is going to take forever because it's very slow, so I'm just going to Control-C out of that. Okay, but I've covered pretty much the basics of Ubuntu or Linux, all right? There's different things you can do, all right? There's different packages, so you just like, if you're not sure, again, just use Google, Copilot, Bing, whatever you like, and you can say, look, I can install GNOME, all right? I can install Gianni, which is a sort of like a Python, or it's a code editor, all right? I can do things in Bash, all right? And Bash is what the sort of, what's, you know, the command prompt in sort of here is Bash, if you do programming in Bash, okay? But this is just the intro, so that's it for today. Thank you.